I just happened to be walking down, and there were people saying about believing in God and things, and I had signs.
Like preachers?
Essentially, yeah, like the street preaching kind of thing, and saying that people are going to hell, and screaming at people that they'll go to hell if they don't believe in God, etc. And I've done this before. Usually when I see these people, I don't have a whiteboard, so I run and grab one, and just sit there, because they're yelling and screaming, and all I need to do to essentially annoy them, but to also assure people that it's not true, is sit there and be quiet.
So, did they specifically mention gay or bisexual?
I asked them because there was, and I said, "What's your views on sexuality?"
Okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, of course.
So they're saying if you don't believe in God, you're going to hell.
Yep.
And so you went up to them and started asking.
I asked them
specific
because
beliefs of theirs.
Yeah.
For them to work. You asked them to work.
Yeah. So I did do that, but if they'd said to me, if I'm honest, if I went, no, God doesn't mind gays, it's fine, then fill your boots. I just think the message and what it contains.
In their defense, they're not actually preaching a message that they weren't preaching a message that you're against. Am I right?
Not while I was there, and they are in the sense. They are in the sense of if they're promoting that God doesn't judge with their sign, and that the undertone of their conversation is God hates gays, then that's a problem for me. So it's kind of what it's filled with, if that makes sense. If they're saying believe in God or you're going to hell, they also, that is loaded with if you're gay you're going to hell. It's kind of the undertone. If that makes sense.
And it's the fact that they're preaching it or that they believe it.
But it's the fact that they have a problem with something that someone shouldn't have a problem with.
Alright, okay, I'm trying to just...
Yeah, no, of course, I totally get it.
I'm a Muslim.
Yes.
And can I ask you if you're gay or...
But I'm fine.
Right, okay.
But it just really grinds my gears.
Because obviously you're very passionate about it.
It just annoys me. Yeah, no,
it's
of
obviously
course.
something close.
No, absolutely, and you're absolutely right. They didn't mention gay specifically, and that's why I asked them. And it's kind of what it's loaded with.
Yeah. Okay, alright.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying. So, okay, so in Islam, as Muslims, we believe that the act of homosexuality is a sin.
Okay.
So
I think that's wrong, but I don't think you're wrong.
But you're not a Muslim.
Pardon? No, I'm not.
So you don't subscribe to the faith?
No, absolutely.
So when I pray, I should pray 5 times a day as a Muslim.
Okay.
When I prostrate and pray, I'm sure you believe it doesn't make sense. You don't necessarily agree with it. You don't go out your way to condemn it. And
absolutely.
It's not a problem for you.
But it's more... No, absolutely not. But the thing is, when it comes about sexuality, usually on the street you see a lot of hate people. And that's why I'm just doing this now.
Yeah. No, I'm not antagonizing you.
No, I know you're not. I'm just kind of explaining. But
I'm against someone shouting shit.
Yeah,
you shouldn't shout shit. But I'm trying to divert the conversation a bit now and say, actually, a lot of Muslims, Christians, and I believe in the Jewish religion as well, correct me if I'm wrong, those who are watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
That homosexuality is a sin, as in God has told you not to do it, right? That in and of itself, you don't like people having that belief?
I have a lot of issues with beliefs of that ilk, because my big thing is, and this might be seen as blasphemous, and I know people say, oh, God is around today, but quite simply, the Bible was written, Quran, etc., was written ages and ages ago, and this is a very simplified version, but it's kind of like, if it was written today, would it still say that? And
so
people's
Muslim,
tolerances have changed.
And within the scripture, sorry to put you off,
no, of course.
Question, is that it's timeless. And the roots, it doesn't necessarily give every answer to every question specifically, but it lays a foundation for you to use.
If it's timeless, then it's stuck in the past. If it's timeless, it will never be updated, and therefore it will constantly be stuck in the past.
Yeah, we don't believe in necessarily updating.
That's the problem. You say something's timeless, I say stuck in the past.
Okay, we're going towards philosophy here. I want you to go specifically towards where I wanted to get to the question was. Okay, let me throw another one out there.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not having to go at you personally, by the way.
I appreciate that. Yeah, this is what it's about, man. It's about
absolutely.
That's what we're here for as well. So, okay, so can I ask incest and that type of thing? I'm not relating it to gays. I'm just saying with principle and logic. The idea of homosexuality, why a lot of religions would say it's not okay, is because God says so. Okay, yeah. But if we're going off of logic, and actually the Jewish consent and...
Are you basically going to ask me, if two people consent to be gay and that's okay, why is it not okay for incest? Okay, I can see that question. Basically...
No, I'm not saying why is it not, but...
No, yeah. Well, basically, if you want kind of, if you like cold hard facts, gay people cannot reproduce. So therefore...
Two men can't...
No, two men
two
cannot...
brothers
Any. Like two men and two women.
Two brothers can't as well.
But,
Two brothers.
okay, fair enough. I'd say straight incest is wrong because it has an effect and it's proven to have had an effect. I can see... You know what? That is a tricky one. I can see the road you're going down.
No, because again, personally, if two brothers said that they were going down that, I would just say, well,
I'm going to be totally honest. It will be a little bit of you do you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see it. That's the thing. I wouldn't agree with it in the sense of I wouldn't do it.
Well, that's exactly the Muslim Islamic approach towards homosexuality.
but I'm not going around saying they can't get into heaven if they do it. I'm just saying, you know what? Not for me. You do you.
We don't believe that. You cannot say as a Muslim. I know I'm just giving my...
No, of course.
You cannot say homosexuals are going to hell because, to be honest with you, like as a bisexual, as a Muslim, I'm taught to believe that I could go to hell and you could go to heaven. I genuinely believe that because as a Muslim, I might leave Islam.
And that's the thing. Religion isn't my problem.
Right.
It's people who. And I know. I specifically asked this time, but like I say, I've heard it from similar groups, and that's why I asked him. And it's how loaded he means it when he says it.
I appreciate your responses to him, but you're not really answered my question.
Oh yes, sir.
What I'm saying is, in my personal experience and beliefs, believing that the act of homosexuality is a sin as a Muslim, what is your issue with that? I'm not telling you not to do it. No. If there were two individuals, two brothers who got together, I would just view them the same. I wouldn't view it as a thing. I would just say, okay, that's not something I'm going to do. And in my beliefs, I believe that God said you shouldn't do that. I think that's kind of the bone, if you like, is there's a difference, I suppose, in believing something but not preaching it and not kind of saying, you know, I could not like cheeseburgers, for example, or I could not like cheese sandwiches. You eat a cheese sandwich, I'm not going to come up to you and go, you shouldn't eat that. You shouldn't eat that. You're going to hell if you eat that. I'm against that, and this relates to the preachers, but you're not answering my question.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm not understanding.
Okay, no.
When I say internally as Muslims we believe that is a sin,
Yeah.
but we shouldn't, and I don't go to people and say, don't do that, don't do that.
Yes.
I don't want to be, associate you or, like...
Yeah, so what's the actual question?
The question is, what's your issue with that?
And this is what I mean.
I'm not preaching it.
No.
Is people preach it and it's underlying this and that. I'm telling you, there isn't nothing. When I say I believe it's a sin,
then I think in that case that does again come into a thing of you do you. If that's what you believe, and if you said, like we're having a conversation now, if you said to me, Josh, I think being gay is wrong, and this is why, then I would say to you, well, I think being gay is fine, this is why, and that's essentially what it would be, and essentially we'd be like, okay, we'll agree to disagree.
And that's what it should be.
And that is what it should be. My issue is when people just outright say it, scream it, preach it to people who are just trying to get on with their shop.
So we have the same issue, because I take issue with that too.
Yeah. So we're
but
kind of, again,
you did say if someone holding the belief that it is a sin is a problem.
But again, that's
you take that back?
But again, no. Because I still believe it's a problem. But again, that's not something I'm going to yell about. That's. And again, you'd say, why do you think it's a problem? I'm like, well, because this, and this. Why don't you think it's a problem? This, and this. So it's kind of...
Not quite. I'll tell you why. Because you're taking problem with my thought process and my personal beliefs. I'm not taking problem
But the religion has made you think that. Not made you think that, but you think that because you follow a specific religion, which is fine.
Right. Well, I could say you follow society.
You can. And again, that's fine. And we would go, okay, well, I don't agree with you. You'd say, okay, I don't agree with you, and then we'd go our separate ways.
Well, okay, there's one little bit missing here. And whether I'm sort of not conveying this well or not, or whatnot, forgive me for that.
That's all right,
So what I'm saying is basically, you seem to have an issue with an individual holding the belief. Do you?
I do.
Because I don't have an issue with a gay individual thinking that. or believing in his beliefs that it's fine to be gay. I don't have an issue with that person. But you're taking fault at a Muslim, for example, just as a Muslim. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Separating the person from,
Yeah.
whereas you're not.
No, that's fair enough. From the experience I've experienced, is people don't separate the person from the sexuality. You know, but again, even if I have a problem, and this is the thing, even if I have a problem with the fundamental belief that people have that being gay is wrong, for whatever reason, be it religion or whatever, I'm still not going to have a go at you, so I don't have a problem with you. You're fine.
You disagree with the belief that
I disagree with the belief you own. So it's the similar thing. I've got no issue with you. You're fine. I don't agree and disagree with your opinion and your fundamental belief. But we all do. So again, it comes down to that thing of we'll sit down, we'll have a conversation. I disagree with this little bit, if you like, but I don't mind you. And that's the thing. So it kind of is that it comes down to the same thing. We agree to disagree. This is because today we've heard people be loud and say being gay is wrong. So I'm being quiet and saying being gay is okay. That's literally it.
No, I think your approach is good as well.
Thank you. And also really annoys me by not doing it all.
Well, what can they do?
Exactly. But that's. Are we okay?
Yeah, we're good, man. No, brilliant. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and you.